The following is a presentation of TFNN. Live at TFNN, the Bull Bear Binary Option Hour. Brought to you by Nadex. Tom O'Brien and Steve Rhodes.
Welcome, folks, to the Nadex Bull Binary Option Hour, folks. Right now, we get the Dow off 80, Nasdaq's off 21, S&Ps are off 11, and as I said a little bit earlier, DAX is getting smoked, and it continues to get smoked. It's down $1.23 right now. The DAX is going after that B point of that ABC structure on the way down, and we'll see. We have quite a way to go down. I don't expect we're going to be going after that B point today. Now, if you haven't test drove the Nadex platform yet, folks, come over to our website at TFNN.com. And you see the Nadex banner right on the front page. You can test drive that platform right here, right now. We'll bisect and dissect a couple different trades out here, and what you can do on the Nadex platform, there's binaries, which is a yes or no, and then, of course, there's the bull spreads. The bull spreads you can buy and or sell. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Let's go take a look at the S&P first, okay? So when we take a look at the S&P, what you have is this. I'll put this on a 2-day, and the E-mini right now is down 1150. Now, what you have, you got it's the second acceleration down. We just got, we got that first call, we were talking a little bit ago, we were talking to David from Denver, and we were talking about the E-mini. He was short the E-mini. Now, bottom line is that the second acceleration down, you basically drop your stop. You bring your stop right on the other side. Right now, what I do is I bring the stop on the other side of 1378.25. We were talking about 1380 before, but you don't need to bring it right down again. The reason being is that the acceleration down was dramatic. We come down at 7,000 contracts on the 10-minute chart. So what also happens here now is this. So when you're bisecting and dissecting the whole market like this, right off the bat, there's nothing stopping this baby to give back everything from yesterday. This baby wants to come down to 1368. That's where it's shaking and baking. The reason I'm saying that is that the dramatic expansion in volume and the expansion in price spread. When you see an expansion in volume and expansion in price spread, it's telling you that the direction of that move is stronger. If you had an expansion of volume and price spread on the way up, that direction is stronger. Right now, we happen to have it on the way down. That's telling you it's stronger on the way down. We go take a look, of course, of what? We were talking about bonds before. Bonds, you want to be all over. Bonds are moving topside. King dollar's moving topside. That is saying market wants to move downtown. Apple was screaming out here yesterday that it couldn't get any action going. What has happened is that this is the first even intraday ABC structure on the way down. Apple had taken the B point out of an ABC on the way down. So we'll see how it correlates into this. We're at 616, and the first stop is 614. 614 is the A to B equals C to D structure for Apple. We go over to Google. You take a look at Google. Google is going to have some big problems out here. Google is, you had the counter trend bounce on Google. What you have happening now is that Google is coming down with dramatically higher volume. You're already at 2.8 million. Just to give you an idea, is at 2.8 million, folks. The swing point down there only has 2.4 million. So what you're also going to have, now watch what you're also going to have here. You're going to have a situation that on a weekly basis, Google is pounding the 624 low, swing low, with what? With huge volume. So I can tell you, for Friday, the bottom line is that this get-go on the way down is not only here, it's here in spades. And what you have is, what we also have is now we get an acceleration of volume. On the NYSE, the volume was meek the first 40 minutes. It's picking up. On the NASDAQ, it's picking up in a big way. If we go to the SPY, we take a look at the SPY. What we have with the SPY, short volume, 30 million shares right now. You're down 80 bucks, 80 cents rather. What you are going to see is that okay, so she's two different levels. Is that just from yesterday? That's going to be a mind blower. Yeah, it looks like she's going to try to give it all back. She's set up to give it all back right now. Okay, so watch what we're doing here. When we had the acceleration up yesterday at 10:30, okay, this is what you have. We had 6.9 million shares. Well, what happened is that the first get-go down was 13 million. The next one was 6.8. That is telling you and me that you're building cause to break the area of 137.78. So it's just like a jackhammer, folks. Just picture that's all it is energy. And if you get into that energy and you're pushing that energy with the same amount of power that you had on the way up, well, it's going to break. That's all it comes down to. If you keep it simple like that, you'll get to understand how the market breeds on a continual basis. Bonds out here, if we go take a look at bonds, what we have with bonds is this, is that the bond market, we're at 129,000 contracts. It is going to need more contracts than that to break into the 142, 143 area. What I'd particularly like to see is kind of we hang right here. The reason saying that is this, is that the highs of Wednesday was 141.27. When you hang under a high or under a low and you have a nice weekend rest, what do you think happens? Build up. It builds up with volume, okay? Boom. You come into it and you get some action. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. I know what's going on in your world. So in the world of, let's go today, take a look at J.P. Morgan Chase. J.P. Morgan came out with numbers, folks. J.P. Morgan closed at $44.65. It's trading down 50 cents, not the end of the world. J.P. Morgan Chase. Wells Fargo did the same thing. Wells Fargo come out with numbers. Numbers were good. Wells Fargo can't basically handle higher price either. The biggest movers out there, no doubt, are inside the Index 100 right now. And those movers, of course, are Apple and Google. Let's go take a look at Amazon. See what Amazon's set up right now. That's not bad. It's only down 250. The Starbucks, SBUX, Starbucks has been a performer out there in a big way. And if you're a bull in Starbucks, folks, you do not want to see 60-65 tagged today. You want to see us stay away from that, baby. Right? It went to 60.59. Starbucks is a good setup. Don't get me wrong. But you do not want to see that tagged. If this gets tagged out here today, that would set up a nasty correction ASAP. So we'll see where that does shake and bake. Some of the high volume stocks thus far in the marketplace. You get Bank of America down 25 cents. Morgan Stanley's off 45. We have Dow Chemical up 90. Freeport McMoran is up 75. Arch Coal is down 43. You get SunTrust down 97. Pfizer's off 5. Some of the Dow stocks out here, some of the larger ones, you get Big Mac down 45. Big Blue's down 131. Let's go over to Big Blue. We take a look at Big Blue out here. Okay, so she's flat. It's no big deal. $1.29 is nothing for Big Blue right now. There's no doubt about it. Gold market down at, let's go to the GLD and see how the GLD is set up. The GLD right now, okay, so she had no juice yesterday. She's back with $1.4 million today. She's going to close inside the range. It did $9 million yesterday. So this will be interesting. What you always want to be calculating on a Friday, folks, even on a Thursday, is that you want to be calculating where these babies, what does it do to the weekly deals? That's the name of the game. And on the weekly deal here, what you have at 161, all it's doing, this is intense. Okay, so thus far it's 49 million going into 80. Yeah, this is going to end up about 50 million going into 80 million. And I'm taking the most conservative one on the way down, not the one that is 122 million, or the 132 million. What you always do, folks, is that when you're comparing what you're coming into, in order to stay clean, you take the most conservative number, meaning the smallest number. In the gold case, there's 3 separate numbers, and the other 2 numbers are monster numbers. But if you want to get a clearer indication and a higher probability, well, you take the smallest number, because if it can't even make it to the smallest number, what is it telling you? It's telling you it's even weaker than you expected. If we go over to an Eco Eagle, AEM, what we have with an Eco Eagle is this, AEM. She yesterday, she had price spread yesterday, but she didn't have the juice, and she's going to give it all back today, and this is this particular equity, folks. I expect this is going to be one of the first equities I probably buy inside the gold, but I need a sign of strength, and it's not there yet. You know what? This won't be the first one. The first one actually is Eldorado Gold. You want to keep your eye on Eldorado Gold. Had the sign of strength yesterday. It's the third sign of strength. You'd love to see this pullback. Get you somewhere into about the 1343 area. Let's go to John in Philly. Hey, John, what's going on?
Good morning, Tommy.
How you doing, man?
I'm good, thank you.
Good.
Tommy, I wanted to ask you about Amazon. You've mentioned you've been talking about it on the air a bit.
Yes.
And I'm asking actually part a stock price question and part a fundamental one. As far as the business is concerned, in the past 4-6 quarters, while sales are burgeoning, they're spending like crazy, and so margins are just getting killed. And, of course, they've got the Kindle Fire deal going. They are giving free shipping.
Sure.
They're building out warehouse distribution points like mad. And I see one of 2 scenarios. Either they're spending like drunken sailors and you don't want to be a shareholder, or alternatively, they're spending like crazy, buying business for now, which with in the future, be it near or far, they'll be making a fortune. And I'm wondering if you've got any view on which of those 2 outcomes is going to occur.
Making a fortune.
What you think it's going to mean for the stock, please.
Okay, so I think Amazon, I think his business plan is extraordinary. He's never worried about spending money, building, and in the long run, he's made a fortune. He's going to make even more. Because what happens is that if you use Amazon, folks, what ends up happening, once you get used to it, he's going to be selling everything, and it works in a big way. So that's on the fundamental basis. You just stay with us. On the technical basis, it wants to go a little bit lower, but on this pullback, you're going to want to be all over it. We got John from Philly. We got all you tigers and tigresses out there. This is the Nadex Binary Option Hour, folks. If you haven't test drove the Nadex platform yet, come on over to our website at TFNN.com and check it out. We're going to be right back.
X-Story Gold Mines, an NYSE Amex-listed company trading under the symbol XG, is slated to be the newest gold-silver producer in Argentina. X-Story is forecast to produce more than $250 million in bullion annually, beginning in 2013, at a cash cost of less than $200 for each ounce of gold produced. That forecast will make X-Story one of the highest margin operators in South America and a sector leader in the mining industry. X-Story has $50 million in its treasury, having spent over $60 million to date on drilling and engineering. The ultimate size of its Argentina discovery could be determined by year-end, as results from the 6 drills operating at the site are fully assessed. To find out more about X-Story Gold Mines and their exciting growth potential, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE Amex under the symbol XG.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of investment newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today, click Investment Newsletters, and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investment strategy. You're always looking for the next trading opportunity to magnify your perspective. Direction Shares connects sophisticated traders with a powerful array of ETFs from a wide range of asset classes. The markets may go up and down, and you want tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Folks, turns out my best student became my best teacher. Steve Rhodes absolutely raised my standards, and I'll guarantee he'll raise yours.
Thanks, Tom. What I've learned is that if you want more, you must become more, and that transformation, folks, that occurs the moment you decide to become a master. Now, the quickest way to mastery is through immersion, and for 2 solid days in Denver, Boston, and Tampa, I'll create a new standard of wealth for those few trader investors who have a burning desire to succeed. At my Master Trader course, I'll teach you how to create the ultimate money machine. These are the best-kept secrets in the business. Roadblocks, folks. Dabblers give up when they first appear. Stressors last just a little bit longer, but masters expect roadblocks and achieve extraordinary results when they bust right through them. I have all the benefit of knowing the type of wealth creation that I can generate for you. You don't. That's why I'm making this unconditional money-back guarantee. If for any reason you're not satisfied with my Master Trader course, I'll refund every penny. That's right. I take all the risk, and you get all the benefit. Go to the homepage at TFNN.com and sign up today.
Here's what people are saying about Tiger TV.
Let's go to John in Tampa. Hey, John, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. You having a good day out there?
A wonderful day. I love your Tiger TV. I watch it every day. I'm like a kid in a candy store.
Oh, man, I appreciate you out there watching it. How long have you been watching the Tiger TV?
I'm watching almost a month now, and it's wonderful.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it's cool. You see the charts and everything. Thanks so much for the hard work.
Tiger TV, a great news service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Goldfields. For more information, just click the Goldfields banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. This is the Nadex binary option hour, folks. Right now we have the Dow down 98. NASDAQ off 29, S&Ps are off 14, you got gold down 15, and bottom line is that there's going to be some destruction out here, folks, because this has just caught the bulls, and it has caught them good. What you have is this. You get an expansion of volume right now. I don't expect we'll get into the B point. The B point of an ABC structure on the way down is pretty far down. What I do expect you're going to do, though, is you're going to give up all of yesterday's gains. So the B point is 1357 on the cash S&P. We're only at 1375. The 13, actually the 13, here, let me do this another way. The 1374. Yeah, so you're going to give that up pretty easy. We're already there. The beginning of yesterday on the SPY was the 137.61, and we're already there. The low 137.30. Yeah, we'll be there by the time I finish this sentence. Oh man, it's amazing. Okay, so folks, if you haven't test drove the Nadex platform, come over to our website at TFNN, and you're going to see the Nadex banner right on the front page. And what you're going to be able to do is you're going to be able to put test drive this platform. And I'm going to bring it up on Tiger TV right now. And what you're going to see is this. You're going to see on this platform you can trade indices, you can trade Forex, you can trade commodities. You can make yes or no trades, meaning that will it close above or below a certain price point. What you also can do is you can do spreads. And the difference with spreads, which is really cool, and that's what you absolutely want to wrap your head around, is that with spreads, is that you're saying that the aspect of, are we going to close within a range? And what ends up happening is that one of the options are paying for the second part of the option. That's how you shake them out. If we take a look at this and say, okay, right now you get the S&Ps down 15. Now, needless to say, let me first go this way. Let me see what we can set up here. So I'm going to go into the gold market for a second. And what ends up happening in the gold market is that it's going to be a 130 close. That's how this would work. So the gold market is already down 14 bucks. It does want to give back to probably another 10 bucks. The S&Ps, if we go over to the S&P for a second, take a look at this SPY. It's like, okay, before I'd put that trade on, I'd really wait for a bounce. The SPY right now is at that 137.64. We got to 137.51. We'll see whether we get a little bounce before I get off. And if we do get a bounce, I'd basically sell a little. That's how I'd shake that out right now. What you do have is that we were talking about Europe. Bottom line, Europe is not only smoked. The DAX is screaming, and it's screaming for the B point. And in fact, it broke the B point. Oh, this is a heavy scene. Okay, so what you have is this: the DAX has already broken the B point. Now I won't get the volume in the DAX, okay, for about 4 hours after the close. That's just how I don't pay for it. That's what's going on here, folks, because I'm going to trade in the DAX. But bottom line is that I won't get that for 4 hours. Now, what I will get, which is really cool, is that before our markets are closed, I'll know what that volume is. If, in fact, that volume is heavier than the B point on the DAX, which is the 6606.43. Let me tell you something. Get out of the way. Because the ABC structure that we have in place right now is a very large structure. You're talking about a big number. Cash S&P, we're talking about 1422 down to the 1357. So you have 63 points. That's the A to B. So that certainly is a big number. Good old Apple is rolling, and it's you talk about the first ABC structure on the way down. Well, it hit the first one. Now what you have is this. Now if I put this on a larger one, watch how this shakes out now. Okay, so you're at 610 now, 618. Oh, this is huge. Okay, 618, 28, 38. 38. So 26 points. So your next stop is, I see what it is. It's going to be the 596. 596 is the next stop. We're going to basically see that before I get off the air. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. You stay right there, folks. We have the Dow down 91, NASDAQ off 32, S&P's off 14. We're going to be right back.
You've heard Tom O'Brien on the air, and you've always thought about trying out his newsletter, Market Insights. Well, now is the perfect time. For a limited time only, when you sign up for a 2-week free trial to Market Insights, we'll send you a free copy of Tom O'Brien's best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System. If you decide to cancel within the 2-week trial period, pay absolutely nothing and keep Tom's book as a free gift from us. Tom sends out his daily newsletter each morning by 9:30 a.m. with trade recommendations, including price targets and price stops. As recently as March 21st, Market Insights subscribers closed out a position for more than a 25% profit in just over 2 weeks. To get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights, along with your free copy of The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, visit the front page of TFNN.com. Supplies are limited for this one-of-a-kind special, so act today and don't let this opportunity pass you by. Offer only valid for new subscribers. In just December of last year, the price of gold was down over 10%. In today's highly volatile gold market, you need someone in your corner that understands the complex relationships that exist within the price of gold, as well as within a variety of gold equities. Whether it's the South African gold miners and knowing how the Rand-dollar relationship will affect their bottom line, or understanding how John Paulson's $5 billion trade in the GLD can move the market, Tom O'Brien gives you the direction you need to become a better trader each week in his newsletter, The Gold Report. With over 20 individual equities covered and almost another 20 on the potential watch list each week, in addition to covering the XAU, HUI, GLD, and dollar, The Gold Report is a great source for any trader that is looking to be diversified in today's volatile gold market. For your 30-day free trial to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report, log on to TFNN.com today. Don't miss out on this great offer. Act now.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes that a carefully selected portfolio can lower volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and the Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angela O'Brien, first Vice President and Certified Financial Planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
In the world of financial markets, there's a new player in town with an exciting new way to trade the markets. Nadex now offers binary options as well as bull spreads in a wide range of indices along with commodity and forex markets. With as little as $100, you can gain access to a new way to trade global financial markets while guaranteeing that your risk will always be capped. Nadex allows you to multiply your trading opportunities in ways never imagined before and access markets you once thought were out of reach. With short-term trading opportunities available, including binary options expiring each hour the market is open, Nadex allows you to take advantage of a variety of market conditions regardless of volatility or market direction. Now is the time to take advantage of this exciting new market. Don't let this trading opportunity pass you by. Open your account today by clicking on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Nadex, a better way to trade.
This segment is brought to you by Crocodile Gold. For more information, just click the Crocodile Gold banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We get the Dow right now down 97, NASDAQ off 36, S&P's off 15. And we were talking with John from Philly. We were talking about Amazon. So fundamentally, I think Amazon has a great business plan. No doubt about it. Bezos spends a fortune. If you use Amazon, bottom line is that you can buy a lot of stuff off Amazon. You get it, and it's a no-brainer. Technically, the way it's set up right now is that we're at 186, and technically this does want to go test that 172 area. Now, let's bring this back a little bit further. So when I bring this back further, and something to remember, by the way, too, folks, is that Amazon was off the bottom of 2009, 4 months before any other equity was off the bottom. It charged. I mean, it went from 106 up to 246. Now, it also is off the top. October, off the top, okay? So the way Amazon is set up, on this basis, is like, okay, you want to get into the 170 to 156 area. Well, the bottom line is that you just wait. You sit there and wait as it gets into it. So I suspect Amazon's going to be putting a lot of other companies out of business. And the whole Apple is absolutely out of their mind fighting the Justice Department on fixing the book case, because they did fix the price. And they're going to get grabbed, and it's going to cost them a fortune. And bottom line is that that's my take on it anyway. Now, let's go over to the Nadex platform. And what you're going to see up here is this. I was looking for a couple other trades. I'm going to go into oil. So watch what we have with oil. So if we take oil, and if you haven't test drove that platform, just go to TFNN, folks. You can pull up the platform. You can test drive it right now. So CLK2. So what's happening with oil, I'm going to go into one of these spreads. Now, oil right now is at 102.70. I said, market's getting croaked. That's it, telling me oil wants to go down to 101.32. So, at 101.32, what I'm going to do is this. You pull this up, and what you're going to see here is that this is the actual platform, and you can pick different times of the day. Now, I'm going to go with the full daily. What the full daily is that the spread, and the spread in oil in this particular one gives me a spread from... Let me just get this in front of me so I can see it. Whoops. See, when I'm doing this, you can see the screen, but the screen's a little bit too far away from me. For 1 second, I'll put this right back up for you, folks, but I guess see what I'm looking at. Okay, so this spread is from 99 to 109. And oil's at 10. I'm going to sell oil at 102.75. Now, watch how this works. So I put that baby up, and I'm going to say I'm going to sell it, because I'm going to think it's going to go lower than it is right now. And let's just say I sell 1, and I'm going to sell it at 102.74. What that is saying is that I am going to risk, where is it? 102.70. 102.80 right now. 102.80. And we are trading at, let me just see what we're trading at here. So I get this right. Okay, so right now we're at 102.77. Okay, so I'm selling it 3 cents over. And that's saying with 1, I'd be risking $620 to make $300. And the reason, of course, that's skewed out like that is that I'm selling it over the price. Okay, so I need that to close under 1. Oh, now that's the maximum loss. That's how that would shake out, folks. I need that to close under 102.78 by the close of the market out here. That's how that baby reads out. Now, what you can do, that's a sell. I could go on the other side, and then I could basically buy one, and that would set up a spread. And the spread aspect of that setup, one would pay for the other. We go over. Let's take a look at Google. Google's getting taken apart out here, folks. And you have the volume behind that move. Right now, Google's down 18. It's 3.7 million. We go back to Apple just for a second. What we have with Apple. Apple's going to dictate. Now watch what ends up happening with Apple too, folks. Because Apple is 19.9% of the NDX. Bottom line, that the NDX, right, is toast. Now, we're at 609. The last swing point on Apple is 597. And you know what? You had 26 million shares. Well, you know what, folks? That is going to blow that away. We're already done 10 million shares. So what does that set up? That sets up that you can have an avalanche down to 594 in a heartbeat. 594 now does have 50 million shares. Now, let's go to the 3 Qs, because what you have is that Apple, 19.9%. Google, I think, is 5.9%. So those two stocks at 25% of the NDX 100. Well, the low and the 3 Qs was $65.92 on Tuesday. Right now, we are at 66.40. We're at 15 million versus the 69 million. You know, bottom line, I don't expect it's going to blow it away, but what I do expect is that you're going to see the Qs basically sit right on top of it, and that would be a setup for Monday to get toasted and roasted in a big way. We go take a look at let's go over to Germany and take a look at the DAX, because the DAX is screaming. The thing that's amazing, oh, there she goes. Boom! Blows it away. See ya. Don't want to be ya. I'm telling you, folks, if you're long this market, get stops in. You don't want to sell it, get stops in. The DAX is screaming. And it's screaming that, you know what? So with the DAX, the A point on the DAX is 71.92. The B point is 66. 71.92. Ballpark that forward. That's 600 points. 6,100 is coming at us at the DAX. And you're at 65 right now. So it's a big number, and the day's not over there either. The DAX has another 45 minutes to go. So there's going to be some. Now, what you also got to remember is this: is that going into a weekend sets up not a great scene. Also, now if you remember when Steve and I were doing the program yesterday, which I found really surprising inside the DAX was this: that was the second time this year that Germany did not get enough bid on their bonds. No one would lend money to Germany yesterday. Think about that for a second. That says it all, folks. Now, what I expect it really says, though, is that they don't want to lend in euros. You know, Germany is a huge industrial power, folks, okay? Germany has plenty of money. What's going on, it's the euro deal that people don't want to lend in because they feel the euro is going to go down. So watch, I mean, if Germany's go out and say, we need some money, you know, we're a European country, so we're in euros. Well, the market's saying, I don't care. If you want to go out in euros, you're not going to get it. If you want to go out in dollar bonds, we will give you the money. And good old King Dollar is coming home to roost in a big way. And King Dollar is going to save us and save our deficits in a huge, huge way, folks. You're going to see something that's going to be a mind blower. And yes, we have a deficit, and yes, we have to have these politicians stop spending. There's no two ways about that. But it's going to be you and I that basically, straighten the deal out. Particularly because we're waking up in the morning going to work. That's what it's all about. That's what it's always been about. But what you will have is the acceleration in the dollar, the amount of people that actually want to lend the United States of America money keeps the rates dramatically low. When you keep the rates dramatically low, folks, the bottom line is what? Here, let me walk you through what has happened with commercial real estate. Okay, so 2007, 2008, no doubt, I thought, well, you may not have thought that, but I thought the commercial real estate was going to get absolutely toasted, roasted, because I have, see this Bloomberg, if you happen to be looking at it. What I can do on Bloomberg, folks, is this. In the real estate market, well, in any market, but I know where every loan is, I know how light they are, and I'm talking about all the tranches for residential, for commercial, for everything. It's an amazing system, okay? So at the housing debacle 2006, 2007, I could see it coming because it's like, you got to be kidding me, man. People ain't going to pay this money back. Well, the same thing has happened in the commercial real estate. Now, what the difference in commercial real estate is this, is that the bulk of them, a bulk of the loans really haven't started coming due until this year. But because of the rate structure, meaning the rates have come down so dramatically, what has happened is that all the big commercial developers have been able to go back into the market and restructure their loans at dramatically lower prices. That's the first part. The second part is even more important, and this is what it is. The banks, okay, the banks are psycho, folks. The banks are out of their mind. So what the banks allowed the commercial folks to do versus that they didn't let the residential do is this. All these developers, by the way, are underwater. There's no doubt about it. They weren't paying the bills underwater and all that. But because the amounts were so high that they allowed them to get away with it, and then all of a sudden the rates come down dramatically, they can refinance the deal, and then it starts cash flowing, so they can get their money back. Versus the residential, there's no cash flow involved, so they wouldn't deal with them, where they should have still dealt with them, because if they dealt with them, they wouldn't be losing as much. But anyway, if we stay with commercial for a second. So now what you have is this. You have rates that were in 2006 and 2007 were astronomical, well, compared to right now. When I say astronomical, you're talking about 7 to 7.5%, versus if a commercial guy comes in, if I go out and get a commercial rate right now, I can get about a 5-year rate at about 3.2. Because that's how commercial loans go, folks. Most of them 5 years, interest only. Those are pushing out about 3.2, 3.4. That is a huge difference in cash, and it's going to keep people solvent. So bottom line, now let's talk about the amount of debt that we have. Well, the amount of debt that we have when you have bonds that are going up, interest rates coming down, because why? Because where are people going to put their cash? You get the stock market that's getting croaked. You get a trust issue in the stock market that's extraordinaire. And all, you know what's amazing is that there's a trust issue in the stock market anyway, and then what does Google do? Google, the owners say they're going to save the world, but you know what? They're going to save the world, but you know what? They're going to issue stock that has no voting rights. That is the classic control feature of control period. That is absolutely classic. That's like the 2000 and what is it? No, it's like 1984 future speak. You know, tell them one thing. It's just the opposite. You know, no two ways about it. So we'll see where but you get the gist of it. Euro right now, the DAX just is not stopping, folks. This is just pretty amazing, actually. When we first got on the air, so the DAX right now is down 2.5%. Spain is down 3.5%. Italy is down 3.5%, and that's after Italy already got toasted and roasted. We were talking about Spain a little bit earlier. Spain is going into the lows of 2009, and it's possible, no, we're not there yet. We're at 7,200, and those lows are 6,700. Hey, they get another, They get another 45 minutes. But that is saying, bottom line, that it's going to go after the lows. Now, the real question is, are they going to break those lows out? You break those lows out, and Europe has some big problems, huge problems. Listen, folks, don't forget our man, Mr. Steve Rhodes. He's doing his Master Trader Series right now, right in our headquarters, which is a beautiful thing. That's today and tomorrow in Tampa. He's going to be in Boston, Massachusetts, April 27th and 28th. That's a Friday and Saturday. You want to understand these markets upside down? Check it out, the front page of TFNN. The Master Trader Series, by the way, comes with an unconditional money-back guarantee, folks. So, great education. Get your head wrapped right around it. Let's go take a look at some of the high-volume stocks out here today. We have, this is interesting. Look at that. I just pulled up Spain, high-volume stocks. Look at that. In Spain, oh, my God, there is not one green stock. That's pretty intense. Actually, let me go right around the world here for a second. I can do this pretty quick. So let's go to Paris next. What you're going to be looking at, if you're looking at in Paris, if you're watching Tiger TV, all what's happening is that I can get the highest volume stocks, so I can do just about anything, but these are the highest volume stocks live right now. So in Paris, you have one stock that is green, L'Oreal, which is the cosmetic company. That's up 48 cents, euros rather. Everything else is red. If we go to, let's go to the DAX. The DAX, oh my God, look at this. This is sick. DAX, everything is red. Let's go to UKX. We'll go to the FTSE. FTSE, you get Royal Dutch up a buck. That's pence. We got, let's see, Everest PLC up 7 and Morrison up 1. Okay, so let's go to, we know, Spain. I think we're already in Spain. Yeah, Spain's toasted and they're all toasted and roasted. Unreal. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. We get the Dow down 102, NASDAQ off 42, S&P's off 16, gold's off 1140. We're going to be right back.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pezzavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try patterns, profits, and peace of mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to TFNN.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's patterns, profits, and peace of mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we pay you more for converting your jewelry to cash.
Let's go to Brian in New Jersey. Hey, Brian, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, just want to let you know I did give you some jewelry. My jeweler offered me about $650. Let you get a check in the mail tomorrow for about $1,200.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, it's all about honesty when converting your jewelry to cash.
Okay, let's go to Paul in Florida first. Hey, Paul, what's going on?
I want to commend you on the Tiger Metal Exchange. I just did a deal with you guys the other day.
Oh, good.
I'm very happy.
Well, I appreciate it. Now, Did you sell us jewelry or did you buy coins off us?
I sold you jewelry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What we weighted at was less than you guys said, so, you're totally honest.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we give you the tools to value your gold, and it's absolutely free. Call 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. We've created the easiest, safest, and most honest cash for gold process. Tiger Metal Exchange. It's the only call you need to make.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today. Great Basin Gold is a mining company engaged in the exploration and development of 2 emerging gold properties in Nevada and South Africa with a total resource base of more than 23 million gold ounces. Great Basin's Burnstone mine in South Africa opened in February of this year with a resource of 20 million gold ounces, becoming the first mine to open in the historic Witwatersrand Rand Basin in the last 30 years. The Burnstone mine is projected to have a 25-year mine life and is fully financed with production anticipated to be over 250,000 ounces per year at a cash cost of only $450 per ounce. The Hollister mine in Nevada became fully integrated in the fourth quarter of 2010 with annual production estimates of 110,000 ounces of gold per year over the 8-year mine life at a cash cost of only $527 per ounce. Great Basin Gold is cash flow positive and trades on the Toronto and New York stock exchanges under the symbol GBG.
Catch Basil Chapman as he uses his Chapman Wave methodology to call the markets. The Tiger Technicians Hour, next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. We have the Dow right now down 94, Nasdaq off 37, S&P's off 15, and the DAX continues to get wrecked out here, folks. Listen, don't forget, coming up next, we're going to be growling and prowling with our man, Mr. Basil Chapman, coming to you today's and visiting his grandchildren in New York City, which is a beautiful thing. And then we're going to be keeping you healthy with Nico DeHaan from 12 to 1. Back here with David White 3 to 4, and I will be in 4 to 6. So check this out. This is, President Obama, he's got a good account, man. I got to get this accountant, because check this out. So I just came across the tape. President Barack Obama and his wife, Michelle, paid a 20.5% federal tax rate on $789,674 in adjusted gross income. So check this out. Now, just the back of an envelope, I'm doing this. I know that the president makes $400,000, so that's salary. That's a great tax rate, folks. He's got a good accountant. because there's something in there, because I can tell you flat out, when you're trading, we pay, I pay regular tax, but my effective tax rate is 27.5. And that's interesting, man, because there's something inside here that he's got a huge write-off, because on the 400,000, I believe it's going to be about 35% at least. And so that only leaves 389,000. I got to write off somewhere. That's a good accountant. No, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying that. There is nothing wrong with it. Believe me. I think that what does happen is that it's dividend income where you can get that down to 15%, but he's got something else in there that's getting that down dramatically. Yeah, where's the Buffett plan? They're out of their mind too, folks, okay? That whole Buffett plan. Buffett is the biggest hypocrite in the world. I'm sorry if you like him, great. No problem. But the bottom line is that, to me, he is just a hypocrite beyond belief. The reason is, all his life, folks, all he did, there's nothing wrong with that, is make money hand over fist, and, bottom line, not pay taxes, and so all of a sudden he's going to be packing it in and tells everyone else to pay taxes. That's like the, anyway, I'll get off that subject. I'm telling you, it does drive me crazy, though. There's no doubt about it. If he wants everyone else to pay so much taxes, why don't he just write the check? It's real simple. Just write the check. Anyway, I'll stop it. Okay. So, let's go over to the DAX for a second. We take a look at the DAX. What we have at the DAX is this. DAX is at 65.81. You get that close under the 66.06. Bottom line, you get an ABC structure on the way down. That's going to bring the DAX into the 6100 area. And volume-wise, let's see what we have out here today volume-wise. Volume-wise, we get it's short volume. NYSE short volume right now. That's short volume. NASDAQ got juice. NASDAQ, pay attention to that, folks. There's juice inside that NASDAQ. And, of course, what we do have happening is that you've got Apple doing an ABC down. Let's see where Google is. You got the Google owners. They're going to save the world. Make sure that no one else can have voting shares. Think about the hypocrisy in that. I mean, it's amazing. That's hypocrisy to the world. You got to pull that. You got to pull that quote. I'm gonna save the world, but I'm gonna let my shareholders vote. Oh, really? Give me a break. Bonds. We take a look at bonds. What we have with bonds out here is this: 30-year bonds, folks. They're building cars, higher price. It looks like they're going to close at the highs of the day. Those little babies, they'll wake up next week. Plenty of energy over the weekend. Bonds will pop into this 142 area. That 142 area is saying 144 is game. You hit 144 with volume. You know what happens? 160. Oh, baby. You stay right there, folks. We got our man, Mr. Basil Chapman, coming up next, then Nico DeHaan, David White this afternoon, and back here with me. Have a great one. Have a safe one, folks. Thanks for being here. Go get them, folks.